Before we start, we just want to say a huge thank you to Springy and to Pete, who are both helping us out through Patreon. Find out how you can support Toon Jam and get a mention as well later in the show.
What are you thinking for this one?
Maybe I would just be like, and now the intro. Sort of. I don't know. Is that a bit late?
I don't know. Can you do it a bit more punchier? Do you know what I mean?
Punchier than that. And now the intro. That's a bit.
It's too punchy, I think.
Yeah.
Just do it normal.
And now, what, as in normal my voice?
Yeah.
And now the intro. Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome to Toon Jam. I am Matt.
And I'm J-Man.
And this is the show where we talk about cartoons that are from / feel like they are from / are from around the 90s.
Slash the 90s.
Slash the 90s. This week's series
This week's
under discussion is Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter's Lab.
Formerly known as Dexter's Lab, yeah.
Which is a Cartoon Network produced cartoon which started in 1995 and went on until 2003.
Really?
Yeah, there was a brief period somewhere in the middle. I think it was, I can tell you exactly when it was. It was from 99 to 2001 where there was a break, and then a new creator, a new showrunner took over for the remaining.
It had a hiatus.
Yes. This was a show about a young boy, Dexter, who was a boy genius, had his own laboratory in his bedroom, and just basically invented things that no other person could ever imagine.
No, he had the brain of an absolute
He was the
genius.
smartest
He really
person
was.
in the world.
Yeah.
Under congestion...
Congestion?
Under congestion fees with Mandark.
Mandark, yeah. His arch rival.
His arch nemesis. And he had a sister, Dee Dee, who would basically ruin his day at every possible opportunity given.
She did have a magic power for undoing his day.
A truly...
and all of his work.
A truly annoying thorn in his side.
Yeah.
Continuously. And that is the basic premise of Dexter's Lab. It was, fun fact, the first of Cartoon Network's cartoons, which are the staple Cartoon Network cartoons from the 90s, in my honest opinion.
The bread and butter.
The bread and butter of 90s Cartoon Network.
It's just missing the jam.
Madness. Hey, and here we are.
Yes.
So, today's episode that we have watched in order to portray a fine example of the show is...
The Big Cheese.
The Big Cheese. Now, anyone who has watched Dexter's Lab as a youth, or recently, or probably just a couple of times, will have probably
seen this
one.
It is a very memorable episode.
It is omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage.
So the basic premise of this episode is, it's very simple actually. It's Dexter has a list of tasks and he's trying to do them in order of importance essentially, but one of the tasks is due for tomorrow, and that is his French homework.
He has a test and he needs to study for it, but
he puts it on the back burner.
French is stupid.
So his only way of squeezing this in with the rest of his tasks is puts on a headset overnight, puts on an
and by a headset it's like a giant room-sized contraption,
like a transformer that sits on his head
with a record player on top of it,
and he listens to the French in his sleep in order to learn. So this episode is the consequences of learning French while unconscious.
So the question I pose is French, or in fact learning a language at school really a priority?
Good
under
question.
the circumstances?
And that will be answered.
That will be answered by the end of the episode.
the end of the episode.
So, kicks off. It is immediate intro.
Yeah.
Dexter's lab.
Title card.
Music.
Then
In Dexter's laboratory. So on and so forth.
nice intro.
It's him going through his lab, DD destroying everything
Yeah.
until it's gone completely wrong at the end of the intro, and
Yeah.
then the door's shut or whatever.
Yeah.
I think. Can't remember.
Something
fully,
along
but
those lines.
Something along those lines.
Nice intro though, because it's one of those that basically tells you the entire premise of the show.
Yeah.
In song form.
And in visual form as well. You
Yeah.
can see it happening. It's very simple. It's just and this is sort of a couple of small episodes per episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
They are like shorts.
Yeah. This
Very
one's like
non-linear.
maybe 8 minutes long or something like that.
It's just over 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Good one.
so we start off. We've got the title card,
Yeah.
which is a old sort of. I don't know, they did this all the time in the 90s. I think they did
Yeah.
it everywhere up to.
Yeah.
I mean, they still do it now on things like Adventure Time and
Yeah, and a regular show.
Regular Show. They've
Yeah.
still got those little title cards where it's
Yeah.
a little sort of piece of art
Yeah,
that somehow encapsulates the episode with the title name,
that's it.
the Big Cheese. So
So we open up and Dexter's about to enter his lab, which
Yeah.
is hidden behind the classic secret bookcase, which
and
is
you've got immediately an important point.
yeah.
What's the password?
Star Wars.
Star Wars is the password. Welcome, Dexter.
Yeah,
Then we've got his list of stuff, as we just explained. He doesn't want to do his French homework. Keeps leaving that like
yeah,
pointless. No point in doing it. So he does all these important things like cutting his toenails and
yeah. With a giant toenail clipping
Yeah.
machine,
Yeah.
it's like contraption all of it.
and it's just cutting off a million toenails that are.
It's like VR toenail
Yeah.
clipper. It's amazing.
Then he does some sort of experiment jazz.
Yeah.
Just keeps.
Which is quite good as well, because what he's essentially doing is just given really cool names to all the really mediocre tasks he has to do.
Yeah.
Like, because they've all got like really, they all sound very
Daft
scientific.
name, yeah. That you have to sort of. I actually looked some of them up
Yeah.
because I didn't know what they meant.
All right.
So
What-
either
What did they come up with?
it was just like it was the toenail clipping one. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Should have written it down really.
Yeah.
You know, I've basically just ruined this entire bit. But you
So
know,
he does all the tasks,
yeah.
and then it gets to French time. So he goes through his list
It's
of,
too late, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's done everything he can. He's basically procrastinated beyond belief.
which
We've
is
all been there.
We've all been
Homework
there.
you don't want to do.
Hey guys.
So he gets out this giant contraption he puts on his head,
Yeah.
and he gets out. He flicks through. You get a
His
little
audio book.
brief look at his record collection. And he's got things like The Sound of Math.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking sings.
It's amazing.
And then he pulls out French lessons,
Yeah.
and it's like a proper "Allô"
Yeah.
sort of
Then
"Bonjour,"
Jean-Pierre?
and then they read read it out,
Yeah.
and then it's the first word is
Yeah. Omelette.
cheese omelette.
Fromage.
I don't know why the first word is. That's not like the
No.
first word you go to, is it?
I mean,
But-
maybe you arrive in France on a morning and you want to order breakfast.
Yeah.
You arrive, you hit down, you're playing Ryanair, flight
Yeah.
to France, flight to Paris,
I don't know if they do flights to Paris right now.
Blue Air, flight to Paris,
They definitely don't.
France Air,
France Air.
France
sounds right,
Air, flight to Paris, lands down right next to the tower. You walk up to the nearest eatery
Yeah.
and you want something to eat. And the
Yeah.
only
Omelette
thing,
du fromage.
that's all I want.
But that being said, what we later learn in the episode is this single French word
Mm.
can propel you to heights you never
Oh.
dreamed imaginable.
It's the
So
key
he
to
goes
life.
in, does his exam.
Yeah.
When he wakes up, before
Yeah.
we get there, jumping ahead of himself, he
Whew.
wakes up and he's like, omelette du fromage.
Yeah. Comes into the
And his
kitchen.
mum's, so he starts eating,
Mm.
and then Dee Dee's like, what are you saying? He's like, omelette du fromage. omelette du fromage.
Yeah.
And then she starts like laughing.
Yeah.
That's all you can say. That's all.
you
And then
can
she stands up on the table, kicks everything off the
Yeah,
table,
pancakes from
says it,
below.
and he's like, he's bricking it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is it.
Goes into his exam. Omelette du
Luckily,
fromage. There's one question.
it's French exam.
What is French for cheese omelette? Gets it right. His teacher's like some sort of French Canadian
Yeah.
lumberjack in it, who's teaching French to two jobs in, I don't know where they are. I don't know where it's set.
No.
Maybe it's French Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
That's how they
It
call
isn't,
it. That's
but
what they call
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
Luckily,
from there on,
luckily,
that's like
yeah.
amazing. Then he goes outside.
Mm.
Dee Dee's still making fun of him,
Yeah.
and he's like, I don't know what I'm going to
Yeah.
do.
Goes back in, maths test.
Maths test, and it's some ridiculous
Yeah.
sort of like graph of lines
Yeah.
going everywhere, and, it's
Yeah.
like, and then he ends up in which French town? And the answer is omelette du
Du
fromage,
yeah.
the town of the
Yeah.
cheese omelette,
Yeah.
apparently, and that's cool. Then he has his break,
Mhm. Yeah. And
woos
then,
the ladies with
yeah,
it, and the bullies are about to beat him up for stealing their girlfriends, but then he says omelette du fromage, and they're like, "Whoa, man! I didn't realise it was like that."
Yeah. Which we don't know what that translated to
No.
in bully talk, but it was something really,
Do you
really
reckon,
dangerous.
did you ever try it at school?
I did, yeah. But
Did you actually?
yeah, I did start saying omelette du fromage.
No, but like with a bully, if you say got into a situation where you're going to have a fight,
Oh, and said
just be
omelette
like,
du fromage.
omelette du fromage,
Yeah.
and see if they'd be like,
No.
"Oh man, I didn't realise it was like that."
I think it's because like their reaction was so sort of scared
Mm.
that like I thought it was really deeply offensive,
Oh,
whatever
you
he
cannot
said.
use that. You
So
can't
yeah,
forward that
I
at
feel like
school.
I'd get in trouble at school if I even said that to a bully. So
So perhaps no.
dangerous route to take.
Or was it? Because as we've seen in the episode,
Yeah, from then on.
essentially from that,
Yeah,
the heights rise tenfold. He goes to a quiz show, doesn't he?
yeah,
And all the answers are omelette du fromage.
yeah. Which is
Wins a load of money. Considering Dexter's a boy genius,
yeah,
probably could have answered everything but
yeah.
the French questions before.
It makes you wonder why he never went on a quiz show before. Like
Yeah.
Like,
oh, exactly.
because
He knows so much.
he knows everything pretty much. Yeah,
But this is the thing. Dexter's motives were never money. They were always things like he wanted, like things that you want as a kid.
yeah, yeah.
So he didn't want to eat his vegetables,
No,
or he did want to like vegetables.
yeah.
'cause he
Or
had
he
to always
wanted
eat them.
an action
So he would
figure or
change.
something.
Yeah, they were all his motives. He was,
Yeah.
That's what was good about it. He was a kid. But with this like, what would a kid do with
Yeah.
all this knowledge?
It's to like think outside of the box
So
to
it's
get
not
something
like,
a kid would
what
want.
does this knowledge do to a kid?
Yeah,
It's just, what could a kid do with this knowledge?
Yeah. and then it just
And then
excels.
he
He just
gets
keeps
high
getting
until
better.
he's like big time celebrity.
He gets a
He's
Nike
saving world
endorsement,
problems.
doesn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
he gets.
it's like
just do it. He's solving world problems. He's at the UN giving speeches that are just omelette du fromage.
Yeah,
Kid, like, everyone loves him.
yeah.
He's kissing babies. He's like the king of the world.
He
just
is,
because
yeah.
of all he can say is omelette du
fromage.
fromage. And it changes his life
Yeah.
absolutely 100% for the better. Then he goes home to retire for the day.
Yeah.
Like, this is all in one day.
Yeah, he's essentially become king
It's
of
a
Earth
single day.
in a day with one phrase.
What omelette du fromage can do for you
Yeah.
in a single day. Bear in mind, half of that day, because it was his lunch break.
Yeah, he's
so
already
half
got.
of his day had been spent on school.
Yeah,
It was still light,
yeah.
so say even if it was summer,
Mm.
this is the space of probably at best 8 hours.
Yeah.
Comes
He
home,
mastered it.
mastered it, comes home, goes to his lab to do the rest of his work for the
Yeah.
day. What's the password, Dexter? Omelette du fromage. That's the wrong password. Omelette du fromage. Entire lab
Yeah,
and destruction meltdown
yeah.
commencing in 5 seconds. he breaks into tears, doesn't he? He's
Yeah.
crying his eyes out. I'm gonna do fromage. I'm gonna do fromage.
And that's-
Tears,
yeah.
tears.
That's the lab safeguard, is you get the password wrong 3 times and it self-destructs.
Self-destruct. Everything gone. Which, you know, Dee Dee probably could have helped him,
Yeah.
but she wouldn't do.
And in fact, she's still singing.
She's
That's all you
still
can
singing.
say.
That's all you can say. And then the entire side of the house blows off. Doesn't
Yeah.
it? That's it. Gone. And he's just left crying with nothing left.
And that's the end.
That's
of
the
it.
end of the episode.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'll be a massive help too. Thank you. And stay jammy.
Toon Jam. Toon Jam. It's an interesting, idea.
Yeah, a crazy one as well.
Yeah.
Like, why that phrase? I wonder. Out of all the French phrases, out of all the languages, even, why?
What made him pick it?
I'm gonna do fromage. When,
It's so stupid.
yeah,
It's it's not even of the Dexter episodes. It's probably it doesn't even necessarily fit in with many of the other episodes.
No.
There's like a bit in his lab, but the rest of it's
Yeah.
just him getting by.
it could be any cartoon, really,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool that it's just like,
But it's still probably, for saying it's so not unlike, but
yeah,
not as Dexter's
yeah.
lab
It
as
doesn't
the other
depend
episodes.
on the story.
It's probably,
yeah.
for me at least, the most memorable
yeah,
episode.
easily. It's just a ridiculous premise.
Still
like,
now, when I hear Omelette du fromage, that
Yeah,
would be
straight
where my
away.
mind went straight
Yeah.
away. It is,
To be fair, that taught me some French. Like,
yeah.
you
Omelette du
can't
fromage.
come away from the episode and not
know what that means.
Yeah.
Omelette du fromage.
Yeah, I wish there was like a cartoon episode, you know, like if there was something that taught you languages but was just in small ridiculous segments like Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have stuck with French if it was more like that, I'd have thought.
If it was just a single word.
Yeah, one at a time,
That's-
7-minute episodes.
So, and that's the way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's got sort of that. I mean, this is a fine example of an ending
mm.
that has no impact on the rest of
Yeah.
any other episode. His lab is destroyed. That's
Yeah.
it. He's got nothing
That
left.
could have been it.
Side of his house gone.
Yeah,
He's lost everything. Next episode,
back
to
in the
normal.
lab. Yeah,
Back in the lab.
No doubt starts in the lab.
Never
as
happened.
most of them do.
Yeah, it's just each episode is another day in the
Yeah.
life of Dexter that isn't cohesive with the last day.
Yeah,
They're like what if stories
yeah.
for Dexter's Lab. So, our rating system: thumbs up, good; thumbs down, bad; shaky middle; explanation required onto why you feel unsure about the quality of the episode / series / whatever. So, go.
For me, well, I did really enjoy it. So, for me, it's gonna have to be thumbs up, thumbs right
I
up.
thought you would say that. However, I'm not so sure.
Ah.
Simply because thumbs up.
Oh.
No, yeah, very good.
Ooh.
Dexter's Lab,
Iconic. For me.
solid. And it was like rewatching it was like I'd never stopped watching it.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know if it's because of when I watched it.
Mm.
Maybe perhaps it's closer, fresher in my mind. But I remember watching it so much, and rewatching it still made me laugh.
Yeah.
Still jokes that land quite well, and it is just silly,
It is silly. Yeah.
light-hearted as well. It's
you
not.
couldn't do that in like a sitcom.
No.
Really. Like, because that's just there's nothing.
You just, yeah.
There's no
They're just
story.
daft stories. There's a little bit of cheekiness to it. You've got the bit where it's where just before he decides he has to put on the thingy because his mum shouts time for bed,
Yeah.
and her and his dad watching TV.
Yeah.
He's got a kiss on his cheek,
Yeah. And
which
it's
means
like,
time for bed means what that means.
yeah.
Time for bed for them as well.
Yeah.
So, but it's so unassuming. You could miss that now.
Yeah,
that's like
easily
ingrained. There probably were things that were a bit more obvious, but it's got that sort of. It is like a very safe cheekiness to it.
Yeah,
that is okay.
And I think more than many other episodes, even like I think with that one, it's got this sort of almost future vision of what it is, of what it's like to live. Because there's so many people now that are literally famous because they said one phrase. The amount of YouTube stars that have just like been rocketed to success, by saying one thing. You know, just one line, doing one single thing, and then suddenly they are on top of the world.
Yeah.
So it was a precursor to life. Really.
I think it is just. It comes from a sort of, this is like I say a staple 90s cartoon for Cartoon Network at least, and it really did change cartoons. I think a lot of these did at this time, but these ones, there were so many that came out, especially even now Cartoon Network cartoons have things, basically these cartoons to thank for it, and you can see why, because they're so enjoyable.
Yeah, really.
Just they feel just like they've taken things from old cartoons, and you can see it all the time, and old things that they watched when they were a kid. And again, it's coming back to that thing where when someone's making it, you can tell they're making it for enjoyment rather than just for tie-ins and to sell toys and stuff.
Yeah, they actually just want to make
you could easily still sell toys of all this without having to involve yourself with the toys at all.
Yeah, I mean, like the Fisher-Price cheese omelette there you
go,
came out of it.
Absolutely. I remember on the news people sweeping the stores for cheese omelettes after this.
Yeah.
No intended saleable value from Dexter, but there you go. Here we are in a cheese omelette toy world.
Yeah. What can you do?
Incredible. So yeah, thumbs up. Great stuff.
Yeah.
So now, let us tell you about our competition. We are doing a season-long competition here at Toon Jam Pod.
In this competition, you will have to identify the sounds of an intro and outro of a very, well, in fact, not so popular 90s cartoon.
So, intro, outro, we will take a small fragment of the intro of a theme tune and a small fragment of an outro of a theme tune. So we don't mean the credits. This is the intro theme tune, but the intro and outro of the intro theme tune. So, peel your ears back, pin them to the side of your head, and listen hard to this clip. Yes! I wonder, what is it? Tell us, let us know via all of the channels available socially.
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at
Toon Jam Pod.
Toon Jam Pod. And if you are hoping for us to do something that you used to watch, or if there's a cartoon you'd like us to discuss, or if you just want to say hi, feel free to contact us on those fine
places,
horrific places.
Yes. If you have your own, omelette recipe that you'd like to share, then, send it our way. But I will not be consuming it.
No siree,
because we have a no consumables policy on the podcast. So
such is life.
Sorry about that. Can be framed.
So, to finish up, the question of the day: is it worth learning a language at school? I would say 100% absolutely, because it makes you one of the most famous, successful, loved people in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you start learning the language, you will have to give up everything you currently love.
Yeah.
So, maybe not. Up to you.
Yeah.
Up to you is what I'm going to say on that one, actually.
It's, are you prepared for the sacrifice?
That's basically the answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That depends. Are you prepared for the sacrifice?
Yeah.
So, Dexter's Lab, Big Cheese. Are you prepared for the sacrifice? Because Dexter wasn't.
No.
And
He wasn't
cried
ready.
a lot at the end.
Yeah.
There you go. Another week, another poignant nugget of gold
Yes.
thrown right at you.
Liquid egg gold.
So thanks for listening, and hopefully you'll join us next time for another Toon Jam podcast. Stay jammy, fellows.